able to communicate with fans. Like,
I think, yeah.
Joe, so.
Cold. No. Yeah.
And he's young, so that's also a plus. Sure. Everybody has into this year. I don't know if they're going to really keep him in that first base position. I think that they will let him start, though, as first base. I actually did like Ford. I thought he was a pretty good first baseman, but not so much for Voit.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But here, my next question is, are you concerned about, I mean, obviously Judge with the injuries, but do you think Judge is worth $100 million or more?
I personally think that right now, you asked me this question today. No, he is not, because he hasn't played up to par with what $100 million contract would be. I think that if he played the way that he played his rookie season, yes, but he's too injury prone. So until he can prove himself with just staying healthy and just playing the whole, year game, I think that right now he's not. That's not to say he wouldn't be, but I think it's too early to tell. But right now, no. What do you think about that? I'm just curious.
For me, I think, Judge, for me, yeah, I agree with you there, but obviously he's going to ask for a lot of money, but I don't think he's worth $100 million, like you said, not right now, because he needs to prove himself still. And when healthy, obviously we know what he can do, but when it comes to production and the injuries will definitely concern me. So if he asks for like an 8-year and whatever, an 8-9-year deal, I'm not giving him that. I would give him a 6-year or 5-year, 6-year and more ABV. If he doesn't take that, let him walk, because we have an outfield prospect coming in the wings anyway, and Jason Dominguez. So I feel like we can use him. And when his free agency is what, 2 years from now, Judge, or 1 year from now?
I think it's 2 years. I thought it was 2 years.
2 years. So that gives us. So Jason Dominguez is 17 years old, so it would be 19 when Judge hits free agency. If he's ready by then, I don't think he'd be ready by then, but I would. For me, it depends what he asks for, Judge. So that's what it comes down to for me.
I agree, and I also think that when that time comes, we have to also evaluate what he's doing in this time frame. Even if it's a partial season and then a whole next season. I think that we also do know what we're getting with Judge. You know what you're getting, whereas with a prospect, yes, the Yankees have that 17-year-old prospect, but you don't know how he's going to fare in an MLB setting, in a major league setting. There's been so many prospects that they've hyped up, and then they come to the major league and they fall flat. So
right.
It's kind of like, do you go with the person that you know is going to be great, or do you go with the person that they say is going to be great? And, he's this and he's that, and he's going to, be the Yankee savior and play his heart out. And, he's compared to this player. It's not true until you actually put your money where your mouth is and you play. So that's my only concern. I think everybody gets excited when you hear, of a prospect that's coming up and they're going to be, they're a potential star. But until they get here, it's all hearsay.
So Eddie Mata, who just joined the chat, he's a Yankee fan also. He thinks he doesn't think Judge will get a lot. He thinks it's going to be 5 or 7 years. That's it, max, for Judge.
I would have to agree with that. I just think that they're going to throw money at Judge. I think anybody's remiss to say this too, Judge is being groomed to be that face of the Yankees the way that Derek Jeter was. I'm not comparing the two in the way that they play, but I just think that they're making him there's rumors of Judge is going to be the captain one day and this and that. And I think that I would be very surprised if they let him walk that easily. I think that he's going to want a big contract with big money and a set amount of years. I think at the end of the day, they're going to come to an agreement, but only time is going to tell with this.
Right. And he said Torres will get $300 million. Yeah, I agree with you that if Torres continues his star. He's already a star in my opinion, Gleyber Torres. So I think he's worth $300 million already.
To be honest, that's a lot of money. We're talking about a pitcher that we're giving how much money to, and then Torres is an everyday player. I agree, he definitely deserves a huge contract, but not to say, like, look at the Robinson Cano contract. Look at that contract. That one, that one blew up in the Mariners' faces, okay? Like, you know, we thought that we were losing, like, a great player, which, honestly, Robinson Cano was a great player when he was in the Yankees. But, like, look what happened to him between, like, you know, injuries and, like, the steroid scandal. I'm pretty sure he had the steroid scandal go on. He got suspended.
I think, yes, yeah.
Like, that was a whole mess. So, like, are they going to throw $300 million at Torres? I doubt it. I think it's going to be up there, but he's definitely deserving. Out of every person right now, I would say him and LeMahieu are the two most deserving. And I also think that they got to retain LeMahieu. I don't even care if he's in his 30s right now. They need to.
G.D. LeMahieu was the best bargain free agent we ever got. G.D. he proved he can play anywhere. He can hit. He reminds me of, I'm not going to put him in the Jeter's class, but he reminds me of Derek Jeter a lot. The way he plays the game, and he hits like not like Jeter, but all he does is hit, either walk, hit, doesn't strike out that much. So
yeah, he definitely has the Jeter vibe. He's just like very quiet. Like, he kind of flies under the radar in the sense that, like, he's always producing. Yeah, I definitely get that vibe from him, but I think he has I'm pretty sure he has like another year or so.
Yeah. Well, this is his last year before he hits free agency.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that the Yankees do whatever they need to do with him to get him to re-sign with us, because I think that was a phenomenal pickup. Phenomenal.
Yeah. So before I let you go, I got a few rapid fire questions for you.
Okay.
Never. Do you think Gleyber Torres will win the MVP in the next 2 years?
Yes.
Favorite food?
Italian.
Do you think the Yankees will win the championship this year?
If we play, yes.
What do you think Garrett Cole's ERA will be for us this year?
Somewhere in the ones. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Maybe like, I don't know, like 1.3999. I don't know. Yeah, I'm totally.
Over under. Over under Chapman 30 saves, or over under.
I'm gonna say over, but I'm probably wrong with that. I want to say. But it depends on how.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, that's true. Favorite sports movie?
League of Their Own.
Movie, but yeah, no, I've seen it. I think me and my friends saw it one time, and it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then, favorite non-sports movie?
It's gonna be a Christmas movie. I literally have it right over there. What the hell's the name of it? It's an old one.
Oh.
The name. It's Wonderful Life. It's Wonderful Life.
Okay.
More modern Titanic.
Favorite hip-hop artist currently and old school?
Yeah, asking the wrong person. I'm really not into hip-hop.
No?
No. From Ray could tell you a million people, but I'm not into it.
Who is your who is your role model in the sports industry?
Role model, I would say Derek. I know this is cliche, but Derek Jeter. He played the game. He played it respectably, and he played it with class.
Thoughts on this Michael Jordan documentary? If you saw it,
I didn't see it.
No.
No.
Here's one. Favorite memorable game you've been to in Yankee Stadium?
I would have to say, and this was just more memorable because it was his last game, A-Rod's.